Tonight on Watchdog, remote-controlled drones. We've already shown you how they can fall out of the sky. Now, you've been telling stories of damage to property and people.
Yes, we meet a family whose one-year-old lost an eye in an accident. His mum pleads for tougher rules.
So why isn't more being done to keep us safe from these devices?
Now, last week we highlighted the potential danger posed by the thousands of remote-controlled drones flying above our heads.
Yeah, we've seen how, due to pilot error and mechanical problems, they can fall out of the sky.
And lots of you have been in touch to tell us about damage to property and potentially dangerous near-miss accidents.
But this week, a family contacted us after their son suffered life-changing injuries. Little Oscar is a bubbly, friendly 18-month-old boy who loves playing with his toys. It's hard to believe that just 7 weeks ago, Oscar was in a horrific accident that in one instant changed his life forever.
I was just told he was hit in the face with a drone. I can't really even remember what I was thinking at the time. I just remember I was just waiting for somebody to come and say that it was okay.
But sadly for Oscar, it was far from okay. The toddler had been in the garden with his dad when their family friend Simon, an experienced drone operator, decided to test one of them out.
It was up for about 60 seconds. As I brought it back round to land, it just clipped the tree and span round, lost complete control. And the next thing I know, I've just heard my friend shrieking, saying, "Oh God, no," and I've turned around and looked and just saw blood and his baby on the floor crying.
The drone had caught Oscar in the face and its propeller sliced through his right eye. The little boy was taken to hospital by ambulance.
It wasn't until we was on the way up to Birmingham in the ambulance that he actually opened his eye a little bit. And what I saw, I can still see it now, what I thought was the bottom half of his eye. And it's the worst thing I've ever seen. I just hoped and prayed all the way there that what I saw wasn't true, that it wasn't real.
You can't take it in. It's the shock of it all. It's just too much, really. And you treat your grandchildren like your own children. You love them more, if anything else, I think. And it just gets to you. You know, you feel the pain, you suffer their pain.
Little Oscar underwent several emergency operations as surgeons desperately tried to save his eye.
They did say that it was one of the worst eye incidents that they'd seen. So it was hard. I cried that much there that even the consultant brought tears to her face.
But after losing his vision, the doctors made the tough decision to remove his eye.
Straight away, we knew that the outlook for the vision long term was extremely poor. I have seen a lot of and dealt with a lot of ocular injuries and globe ruptures. That said, I've not seen one in somebody so young, and I've also not seen one from a drone. I've not seen a drone injury. Any instrument that can come close to the eye and within reach of it at high speed can cause devastating injuries. I suppose that given that there are so many around now and in rapid frequent use, one may expect several more injuries of this kind.
Before Oscar's accident, his family, like so many of us, were unaware of the potential dangers of drones. It's an issue that we highlighted on last week's programme. And after our report, Oscar's grandmother, Anita, decided to contact us.
Why did you want to speak to us? Because I watched the programme on the Thursday and it was about the drones, and I went on the website and I was really shocked at one of the comments where somebody said, "My 11-year-old son has got one. It's a toy." But they're not toys. They are very dangerous pieces of equipment.
You don't realise the dangers. You don't expect something so severe to happen from what people call toys, because I wouldn't class them as a toy.
It's a terrible lesson that everyone involved has had to learn the hard way.
People need to be aware of how dangerous they can be. Since the accidents happened now, I haven't flown once. Every time I look at the drones, it turns my stomach. I physically feel sick.
Oscar's family are trying to put the traumas of the past few weeks behind them, but they know that this is just the beginning. He faces more procedures now before he's able to have a prosthetic eye fitted.
You wish you could be there instead of him, you know, because he's a baby. He's still a baby. And everything he's had to go through, you go through with him.
So tell me, how's Oscar now?
He's doing really well.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's doing a lot better than what I would expect. So,
I mean, I look at Oscar and he's a happy little lad. He's obviously getting lots of love here at home. How are you dealing with it?
I don't really know at the minute. One day I could be fine, not crying, and then I have days where I think it's hit me and I'll cry for hours on end. Every day when you wake up, it's like you've forgotten about it for that till you go into him and you pick him up and you look at him, you just fall back into what's happened.
I've had a lot of nightmares, like silly things. He's playing football with his friends and his whole side falls out. And things like all the treatment he's had and, you know, the trauma he's gone through.
Christmas is coming, and a lot of people will consider buying these drones as Christmas presents. What would you say to them?
Read the warnings. There must be a warning in there.
The last thing you want is somebody opening one Christmas morning, getting it out and having a quick fly because it's so exciting. They've got to be responsible to make sure that they are flown somewhere big and open, not risking other people's lives as well as obviously their own.
Whatever it takes to make people aware. If they watch this programme and see my grandson's face, if that doesn't do it, nothing will.
Well, in the light of what happened, we asked the government what they're doing to protect us from these potentially dangerous devices. They told us they're about to consult on licensing and registration and will have a strategy in place by the end of next year.
So until they decide what to do, here's something that can make your drone safer. Some come with blade guards like this one. Now you simply replace this top here with this one, like that. And then some guards are sold separately, thanks very much Chris, like this. And the blade guards basically can help prevent injuries, especially if there is an accident.
Yeah, now one of these guards could have saved Oscar's eye, but I must stress here, the guards won't make your drone 100% safe. Please make sure you always follow the Civil Aviation Authority drone code. Now, details of the code come with your drone in a leaflet like this, but if there's one piece of advice we beg you to take on board, it's pretty obvious and something both Oscar's mum and grandmother have told us, and it's please, please don't fly your drones anywhere near other people.
Yes, and there's more information about drone safety on our website. And a very special thank you to Oscar's family for getting in touch to tell us their story. Watchdog is based on your tip-offs and experiences, so please keep sending them in to us. Email us at watchdog@bbc.co.uk or go to the website and click where it says send us your stories. And if you want to comment on any of tonight's report, you can also tweet us or post on our Facebook page.